Morning, folks. Up here in Calumet River, perch fishing again. Probably already showed you a video of me using these little gobbies. I found a better rig now. Drop shot, but I'm putting the hook, I don't know, off the main line. Somehow, even though you have an extra appendage flapping here, I'm getting less tangles, and the hook here is always straight. I don't know how to explain it, but when the hook was tied directly on the main line, it was always twisted and wrinkled here, especially when you catch a fish and it's spinning. This way, I don't know, I've been doing better, but right now I don't have better bait than this little goby. It's a little bit bigger and juicier than my worms. Sorry about the wind. And unfortunately, I'm still not catching many keepers. I do have 4 keepers today, which is not too bad, but oh, look at that, we have enough fish. Definitely can't complain. We're way up river. I'm like 106th Street behind me. But I wanted to do some fishing with my good old Daiwa Presso combo. Daiwa Presso rod, Daiwa Presso reel. I have like 4 grams of tungsten on the bottom. Heavy stuff because I don't have a jig head. And yeah, just do some fishing for all the folks. This is one of my most popular reviews. Well, where did all the fish go now? And all the questions that I got about this rod. This is the 6-foot version. I'm gonna talk while I'm fishing, which I really don't recommend. The 6-foot is a little bit too soft even for my taste, and for any other rod, it's just as soft actually as the Abu Garcia. But the Abu Garcia eradicator is soft without being so, wimpy. It has faster recovery. That's the technical term. It's soft, but it has faster recovery. This one, the recovery is not that fast. So it's not good for jigging. It's too short for float fishing. I think the only thing it's good for is what I'm doing right now, kind of drop shotting where you really don't need a lot of distance. Or I don't know, some other reasons. You really don't, or tiny crankbaits where you don't need to jig. I haven't done that much, but I see people do that a lot in Japan, even in United States. Where did all the fish go right now? Unbelievable. I had so much fish. They all went somewhere. But yeah, I actually don't recommend the 6-footer. I don't see any fish here now. But I got a nibble anyway. I actually got a fish. You don't always have to see fish to catch fish. There's a lot of sizes that I recommend, but the 4 sizes that I recommend are 6.5. That one is slightly different blank than this, and actually, while it's still not a jigging rod, actually in a pinch you can jig with the 6.5. It's slightly stiffer than this. It's an ultralight rod. And you can jig with that rod. You can still do all of the other stuff, crankbaits, but it has a nice blank. 6.5 is awesome. Then 7 is great blank, great everything. The same blank as 6.5. But it's kind of a little bit too long for jigging, a little bit too short for float fishing. But on the other hand, again, in a pinch, you could do both of those with the 7-footer. And I can say the same for the 7.5. 7.5, you can do float fishing if you fish shallow. You can do float fishing with the 7.5. But I think the 2 best, but they're like about impossible to find right now, models in the Daiwa Presso lineup are the 6.5 for jigging and crankbaits, and the 8-footer for float fishing. I've been trying to find a ultralight from Japan for float fishing, but it's about impossible because everything that's that long, 8 foot or more, is really stiff. If you know about a JDM rod, I want a high-end rod that's 8-9 foot long, and it's soft rod, ultralight rod. Let me know. But I really love, especially the 8 foot Daiwa Presso is probably, I don't know, the perfect float rod because it also has those big guides. Those of you that love fishing with slip floats, you need big guides. You're not gonna, oh, what is this? Is this something bigger? I don't think so, but you're not gonna fish a slip float with a JDM rod because all of them have those ridiculous micro guides. Damn gobbies, man. I gotta get me some more gobbies. Damn gobbies work just fine. So the 8 footer is, I don't know, amazing float rod. 6.5 is amazing, whatever, micro spoons or jigging. The thing is that you also don't need a very sharp rod for jigging. You don't need very much action when you jig. Because when I'm thinking, most of the jigging that I do is actually a jig under a float. So how much action does a jig under a float have? Most of it is ripples. I don't do very much jigging when I float fish. So this jig is almost stationary. So you can do this with a soft rod too. You don't need a very sharp rod. It's nice to have a sharp rod, but you don't really need to. But with these Daiwa Presso rods, man. Hold on. I'm reeling on my line here. How did I not see this goddamn Varivas line? And it's a little bit windy too. Just jumps out of the spool like it's like a straight wire. You're trying to keep straight wire on your spool. Almost impossible. Wow, became windy all of a sudden. Four keepers. Yeah. No, I keep it 10.
I got 9 nines if you want them.
No, I'm catching 9. I got maybe 100 fish. This wall is. The only thing about this drop shot where the hook is not attached to the main line, you surrender a lot of sensitivity. But I think it's easier to swallow this way, it moves more, and when they eat it, eventually you're gonna feel them. It's not the same, but eventually. But the fish moved on me, I need to reposition. All right. This looks good. Let's just cast all the way up there and drag it back. Man, with 5 grams and an ultralight rod, casting against the wind is like nothing. Just no problem. Now I will say the sensitivity of this rod is definitely, I mean, it has big guides, it has IM7 blank, Sensitivity is okay, but it's not comparable to high-end stuff. Just because it looks like a high-end rod, I do believe it looks like a high-end rod. I mean, it looks better than, I don't know, maybe this rod looks more fancy than my St. Croix rod. My St. Croix is beautiful, but this looks kind of JDM-ish. But such a good blank for fighting fish, man. Bends so deep. This one, wow. I'm glad he dropped here because I think he will keep. Actually, there is fish that way, not against the wall. But I was talking about sensitivity. Now, if you have expensive rods and you've heard me praising this rod for a long time and you buy it and you say it's not sensitive. I mean, it's just as sensitive as all of the other rods under $100. Some of them might be a little more sensitive than others, but all in all, you're not buying this rod for sensitivity, okay? You're buying this rod because it has amazing blank that allows you to enjoy little perch, bluegill, crappie, fat crappie with the soft blank. Oh, they bend so good. That's why you buy this rod, and because you have nice guides, you can use it for slip floats, for whatever you want, tie knots. It's just very easy to use. There we go, right under the boat. Yeah, that's what I have been wanting to say about the Daiwa Presso. Oh, one more thing. Do not buy the travel rod. The travel rod is nasty. The travel rod has nothing to... The blank is like a bass fishing blank. Very, very stiff. Just no flex. The travel rod is just nasty stiff. The power of the travel rod, I don't know how Daiwa says it's ultralight. The power of the travel rod is medium. It's not light. It's not ultralight for sure. It's not light. It's not medium light. It's a medium, and I'm not just saying that. I bought 2 of them, and I returned both of them, and I compared them against my other medium powered rods. And the travel rod is that. The travel rod is a medium power rod, and I lost all of the fish again. Stay with me, we're gonna find them. They just move so fast. I believe they move upriver. But I had a nice big school here. How do you lose a school that big? I don't know. Okay, I do see some fish here. It's not a big school, and they're right up against the wall. But I don't mind that. Yeah, the travel rod is just nasty stiff, and a lot of people bought it thinking it's the same thing. Some of them actually liked it, even though it is stiff. But yeah, stay away of the travel rod, or just be aware that it's a very different rod than this thing here. And the reel, actually, a lot of people saw the Daiwa Presso combo reel, the video. Man, this one feels good, but it's not really good. And they're like, hey, where can I get this reel for $250? In your dreams. This reel has, just forget about it. It has been, you're never gonna get it for $250 even used. It has been discontinued a long time ago. And after my video, I got so many emails. People went, some of them went on eBay and they paid higher than MSRP. And they were happy that they did. I mean, it is an amazing reel. Come on. Come on, Gobi. I can get a few more fish out of you. As a matter of fact, Vanquish is a little bit better in everything than this reel. But as far as what my heart loves, I love to fish with this reel the most. I think that's because of the drag and the spool. The drag sounds the best. Of all of the reels that I have, the drag sounds the best. And it looks amazing. It looks better than the Vanquish. So the Vanquish has better performance. But this one looks better and sounds better. That's why I like it better. Performance. I like my Daiwa Legalis too. How many bites? I'm right under the boat now. Now I want to catch a fish before I... And I will catch a fish. I mean, they like them gobbies, man. Yeah, buddy. That's all I wanted to say about the Daiwa Presso, folks. I'm not gonna yap more about it, but I will catch a few more fish. But if you wanna get out of the video now, you won't miss anything important. Not that this was important anyway. That sensitivity, you know, all of the high-end rods, definitely a difference with the cheap rods. Definitely. You will always have. But I don't know. I think the only difference is just pleasure. It's not about catching more fish. Because I'm feeling even the nibbles now. You can even see them. I'm feeling all the bites, I think. They're not as crisp as the, you know, Abu Garcia eradicator. They're not as crisp. But if you tap, and with the eradicator, it's like cling, cling. Here it's just tap. Tap, let's go. Come on. I'm already by the boat. I cast all the way there and no fish. By the boat again. I just don't want to hit that wall. Come on, man. I want one jumbo today. Bite, but no pull. Was there a fish? We will never know. What happened with this school? It was just here. A massive school and now it's gone. Maybe the boat drifted too close to the... Come on, how many bites before I convert? Well, there's like nothing here now. Three bites before I convert seems to be the magic number. Again, no fish until I get to the boat and I stop. And I start to just jig it under the boat. And something saves me here. Or it did before, but not this time. Or will it? Gobi, let's go. Saved me again. I mean, come on. Look at this. This might be a keeper unless I snagged him. Well, I didn't snag him and he's not a keeper. He might be. He might be, it's up to me. Whoa, he's a keeper. Look how he flares so he can hurt you. I'm too lazy, I'll put you in later. See why I'm not getting a fish now? Why does it have to be all the way by the boat? Oh, I did get a fish. Feels good again. Maybe I found a nice school. Yep. This is a good one. This is a good one, folks. I crushed them on the goby today. I crushed them good. It's a redemption. A redemption. Because the last time, with my favorite worms, was just a struggle, man. It was just a struggle. Where are the fish now? I don't know. There we go. Feels decent again. No. You will not keep. And you are hooked. You are lip hooked. So good for you. You will hopefully have a long and happy life. Wow, they're right underneath me this time. I don't have to even cast. Let's try. No cast. Just droppity drop. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit one of them on the head. Watch out! Heads up! Heads up! Yeah, one of them's like, oh come on, man! Watch where you cast. Come on, eat it up! Gobble up the goby. It's a good contact. Should have been a fish. He pulled pretty good. This one will be a fish. Daiwa Presso, folks. Ooh, he's a decent one, but I'm gonna let him go because he is lip hooked and he will live. Yeah, I haven't fished with drop shot much before, just lately. I'm gonna need some kind of hook remover for that. I don't know now, should I cast a little? That was not a little, that was far. I mean, this Varilla's line with 5 grams, I mean, you can cast it in hurricane, just straight up against the wind. I don't know where everybody went though, I'm all alone here. It's full of fish. You see me catching fish after fish. As a matter of fact, I don't remember. I don't know if I had a cast without a fish for a while. I mean, sometimes I don't catch them and I just play them under the boat until I do catch one. But there's enough fish here. I don't know why everybody went upriver. I'll probably drive there a little later just to scout, because I'm sure they'll be upriver tomorrow, because they keep moving upriver and upriver. Wow, wow, he ate that goby. Sorry about that, buddy. He ate that goby pretty good. But alright folks, I'm gonna end the video here. I think this is more than enough fish for one video. And I just wanted to make a video with a different tackle, you know. Usually I only use my latest tackle or the most expensive. And the reel is not cheap, of course, but the rod is. And I haven't fished with the Daiwa Presso in a while, so I took it with me on purpose today. Thought to make one Daiwa Presso video again. And here we go. And this will be the last fish of this video. So let's see how we're gonna end the video. On a good note or on a typical dinky note. I'm afraid that it will be on a typical. What is a better way to end a video than the most typical fish you see on my channel? A 6-inch of something. Alright folks, I appreciate you checking my video, spending time on my channel. Everybody's got a channel now. Everybody's pumping out stuff. Everything has sensational titles. I get that. So every view I get, I do appreciate my visitors. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.